comes to selecting the right enclosure for your application, determining what requirements the environment demands is extremely important. Will the enclosure be exposed to outdoor conditions, such as sunlight and rain? Will it need to be hosed down? Will there be corrosive elements, condensation, and a buildup of heat? Are specific standards or certifications required? In this video, Hammond Manufacturing, a leader in the industrial enclosure space, provided us with a guide where we'll be discussing the most common factors to consider when choosing an enclosure. The enclosure must be able to house the components that will be installed inside, so it's vital to determine how much space your equipment takes up, and therefore the minimum amount of usable inside space you need in an enclosure. Sometimes the environment can dictate what size and orientation will work. Width or height restrictions can mean using a taller, thinner enclosure or a wider, shorter one. A question to consider asking here is there sufficient space for the door to open? Some enclosures need to be accessed frequently, and some only need to be open for occasional maintenance. Generally, the inside of an enclosure can be accessed through the front door or cover, though Hammond also provides options with openings on the top, sides, back, or bottom. The door can be closed with screws, clamps, handles, or latches. Weigh ease of access and security level to determine what will work out best. Options such as padlock adapter, quarter turn, or key latches add extra security in the field. Hammond also carried kits and accessories to support the factory handle or allow the users to swap for a different style on many of their enclosures. When parts inside an enclosure generate too much heat that has nowhere to go, this can be quite damaging to the component's effectiveness and longevity. Depending on how warm the environment is, using a large enclosure might be enough to compensate for this by allowing more air to circulate. Otherwise, devices such as heat exchangers, cooling fans, and air conditioners provide more direct ways to bring down temperatures. Variations in temperature, such as natural day to night cooling and warming, can cause pressure changes inside the enclosure. Try a ventilator or breather drain to combat this issue. Some industrial environments have corrosive elements that require users to be more deliberate when choosing a suitable enclosure material. Common corrosive substances include acids, alkalis, and solvents. Stainless steel is an ideal material for all three types above, and the best options for acidic or alkali environments. NEMA 4X rated stainless steel enclosures are ideal for indoor and outdoor use. 304 grade stainless is ideal for wet and hose-down environments, such as food and beverage industries, when equipment must be washed frequently, while 316 grade stainless excels in marine applications. Fiberglass is excellent with solvents and satisfactory for acid and alkali resistance. It's ideal for continually wet, cold, or salty environments, indoors or outdoors. Fiberglass also provides heat, impact, fire, and UV resistance. Powder-coated mild steel is excellent with solvents, satisfactory for acids, and of limited use with alkalis. Similarly, aluminum is only somewhat effective with acid and alkalis, and is best used away from corrosive risk. The NEMA system ranks the degrees of protection against water and particles like dirt and dust. There are many excellent resources with in-depth descriptions and qualifications for each rating, but here's a quick rundown of the most common types. NEMA 12. Great for indoor use, it has nominal protection against dripping liquids that are non-corrosive and circulating fibers or dust. Typical ratings for indoor enclosures are not expected to withstand a great degree of moisture or hazards. NEMA 3R. Good for indoor or outdoor use. It has moderate protection from incidental rain, sleet, snow, or falling dirt. Also resistance to ice formation. Provides light outdoor protection. And NEMA 4X. Good indoor and outdoor use, but sealed against dust and water such as splash, rain, or a hose. It also has resistance to ice formation. There is also NEMA 4, which has a very similar rating to NEMA 4X, but 4X provides additional corrosive protection. There are many standard organizations worldwide, with the most commonly recognized standards originating from European and North American agencies. In order to qualify for recognition, enclosures may need to be tested in an approved laboratory to prove their performance, and manufacturers may be required to use approved materials in their designs. Standards and testing vary by agencies. Common approvals include UL, Underwriters Laboratories, NEMA, National Electrical Manufacturers Association, CSA, Canadian Standard Association, and IEC, Some agencies such as UL and CSA provide a certification label for permanent placement inside an approved enclosure. Cost considerations for an enclosure might not only mean getting the best price. While it's often better to be safe than sorry in a hazardous environment, it is certainly possible for an enclosure to be overkill compared to its application. Stainless steel is a wonderfully protective material for outdoor and corrosive environments, but will be more expensive than mild steel enclosures. If the application is to house commercial metering equipment inside an office of a chemical-free warehouse, it's unlikely that such a high degree of protection is necessary. Before adding a product to the bill of materials or designing a printed circuit board, most users want to know that this is a product with consistent availability. This means that the item can be regularly in stock, can be manufactured and shipped quickly if not in stock, and it's not in danger of being discontinued. Hammond Manufacturing has 95% fill rate from stock and the ability to move products quickly within our network. They are dedicated to providing their products when they're needed. In the rare occasion of discontinuation, they do their best to offer a suitable replacement and provide notice in advance. While Hammond's enclosures can be customized to the user application through use of many accessories on offer, factory modifications provide another way to fully customize a product. Typically, an enclosure can be modified in some way before it can be used. For example, by cutting holes for connectors or adding a company logo or labels. Hammond offers in-house modification services such as precision laser and CNC cutting, silk screening, custom sizing, custom powder coat finishes, pre-installed accessories, hinge changes, press-in hardware installation, louvers, alternative materials, and more. The type of modification we can perform will vary by product type, but their experienced sales and design professionals will share their expertise to help determine the best modification available to you. By having Hammond modify your enclosure, you will save the time and expenses associated with customized and instead receive a load-ready enclosure in one step. Consider the above factors will give the user a concrete idea of the type of enclosure that is most suitable for the application. Knowing the general size, environment, and degree of protection needed can go a long way when seeking assistance from customer service when a little extra guidance is needed, or submitting a design for approval. Hopefully this video helps you choose the right enclosure for your application. If you need more help, please reach out to your local Hammond or RS representative and we'll be happy to help you out. Thank you for watching.